well as all delegations that participated, for contributing to an interesting exchange of views in the thematic roundtables. I wish to first invite the permanent representative of Malawi for presenting the roundtable discussion 1 on mobilizing financing for achieving the SDGs on behalf of both co-chairs, the permanent representative of Malawi.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. I'll now make a brief summary of the roundtable discussion on mobilizing financing for achieving the SDGs. One panelist underlined financing as one of the main challenges for developing countries as well as international organizations. He noted that tightening monetary policies in developed economies were increasing the debt challenges across the world. He underlined that many developing countries are at high risk of fiscal and debt crisis. The panelists proposed 3 solutions: support the SDG stimulus plan as proposed by the UN Secretary General, and 2, reform of the international financial architecture, and 3, adapt public financing. The panelists indicated that there is need to address liquidity and debt issues. Proposals include rechanneling SDRs, increased lending by development banks, and long-term borrowing at affordable interest rates. There is a need for global tax reform and for a fair and effective international tax system. There is a need for debt relief mechanisms to all countries, and the multi-vulnerability index can play a role in adapting financing. He noted that international public finance needs to be reinvigorated. Developed countries should meet their ODA commitments, and grant finance rather than loans should be prioritized. The second panelist recognized the frustration of the Global South with false promises related to ODA and climate financing, and outlined the need to rebuild trust. He underscored that a significant portion of international capital in OECD countries are in the hands of institutional investors, such as pension funds. He noted that institutional investors have 900 times more capital than the MDB combined. He noted that institutional investors have fiduciary responsibilities which require de-risking instruments. There is a need for bankable projects, for instance, through World Bank Global Infrastructure Facility. A global infrastructure facility should be made available to the private sector. He made 3 recommendations. 1, de-risking at scale. 2, more emphasis.
آپ نے دیکھا کہ وزیرخارجہ بلاول بھٹو زرداری گروپ 77 کے وزارتی اجلاس میں اختتامی تقریب سے خطاب کر رہے تھے۔ کراچی میں طارق روڈ اللہ والی چورنگی کے قریب تیز رفتار کار فٹ پاتھ پر جا ٹکرائی۔ حادثے میں 3 افراد زخمی ہو گئے۔ ریسکیو ذرائع کے مطابق حادثہ